a stick at. So these are all some really, really good runners in their group. So the fact that they're both up in their group is a testament to their skill. So
definitely.
Yeah.
So it's been a long week, even 2 now in the Any Person tournament, and we've seen a lot of runs. As it's starting just now, obviously, once again, we're going to see some Sarah Station action. Nothing too fancy. But after that, Super Metroid is definitely one of the most technical and advanced 2D platformer out there. And we're going to see, but you can optimize pretty much everything. So it's going to be down to the, very minor optimization, and sometimes also just try out not dying, because that happened quite a lot so far in the tourney, and I don't want to commentary curse them right away, but do you recommend for safety save usually, or do you recommend those two to go full ham because it's so close?
These two will almost certainly go all the way. They will go all out. It's quite possible that Keku will safety save at Mother Brain, but I doubt Becky will safety save at all. She is in it to win it. So I think we're seeing some all out there, because these guys are going to be pulling out all the stops to get this game completed as fast as possible.
So if you're not familiar with Super Metroid, I bet you are, but maybe for those two who didn't follow along, the goal is to kill Mother Brain, just beat the game as fast as possible and no requirements, so you can grab as many items as you want, whenever the boss is the order you want. And so we'll see Crate first, which allows us to get the warrior suit, go for some shopping action in Upper Norther, and then beat Phantoon, which is probably one of the most scary one. Like Phantoon, the boss can suck up a lot of time just due to RNG, or also just because killing either with Doppler or X Factor is pretty technical. Then you go into Moridia using the gravity suit and killing Phantoon, and you end the round with Ridley down to Norther. And yeah, off we go into Criteria, landing and going to grab our first upgrade.
Yeah, this game is incredibly unforgiving in general, and any percent is probably the least forgiving category. Just as you mentioned, it's so technical and so unforgiving. One mistake can easily lead you to death. Looks like Keku is using the Moonfall, whereas Becky is not. You can see a difference of a couple of portions of a second there that Keku was able to overtake Becky.
Yeah, that's the latest found in Super Metroid speedrun. You saw Keku shoot downwards so he could go through the final platform, allowing him to just descend the pit very, very quickly. And yeah, so far it's very close, but that's the minor difference, is that could actually swing a little bit the race, but it's just a few seconds in total in the entire run. But we'll see the runners very nothing time to be saved everywhere, pumping, so they're actually running a little bit faster and grabbing the first missile, switching direction as soon as they grab it, so they can turn back faster. And little mug ball here, an advanced strat for you to keep the your speed when you're turning to a ball. Pretty cool stuff. And here we go. No time left, no exploration to be done. Just taking the elevator back up there into two of the harder room early on. Just the old Mother Brain room filled with spirits can take you into the pit of shame, and then just climbing back up is very difficult.
Yeah, the climb is absolutely one of the most technical rooms in this game, especially, well, no matter how you're going to do it. If you're going to do right side climb, or if you're going to do the Behemoth climb, which is a series of ledge grabs. We see Keku has switched over into the Behemoth climb, while Becky is doing that right side wall jumps. All of those very precise, very technical.
Oh, both of them having a little bit of trouble, but Keku comes in first place here, still very close, and coming back up with a few few wall jumps. The ledge grab being like canceling the spinning animation using the diagonal downward diagonal is pretty tricky, but once you have the timing down, it helps to save a lot of time trying to optimize your movement. Opening the door, keku first, grabbing the bombs, obviously sub 5 minutes here, very nice.
Yeah, a sub 5 bomb time is spectacular. Is a spectacular time. I mean, you can't ask for much better than that.
Bomb Torizo fight. So you don't have a missile entering there, and you have to manipulate the drop. Well, take the drops correctly, so you kill it as fast as possible. WhiteMageBecky is in the last phase here, and keku leaving first.
Yeah, you wanna have full energy when you finish that fight, so you get all the all missile drops like keku did. Becky now has 4 missiles, which is it's doable, it's workable, but it's suboptimal.
Yeah,
so it's unfortunate.
1 extra to open the door for the mug ballroom, so they will have to figure out a clever way to find a new one. Maybe a drop on the Space Spirit will be enough.
Yeah, she'll farm the Zeelas, or actually these missiles right here will give her the 5 that she needs from these waivers.
Yeah, I probably would not recommend to kill those spirits, even though you might see that on the best 80% runs. In a race, it's pretty scary because that will make you use missiles, and then you actually need some drops. So you want in a race not to rely on RNG at all. And the resource management is quite technical. You don't want to leave the rooms before you have exactly what you need, but if you spend too much time farming for them, it's a bit time loss. So we'll see a bit of farming, especially in Norfair, but not much, I bet.
Yeah, yeah. This route, this category, very technical, very unforgiving. If you do, you'll see when runners do a new route, they will kill those pirates with missiles, and they'll end with exactly 2 missiles. And what they'll be able to do there is they'll be able to come into this room here, this green Brinstar room, and farm the Zeelas that are in there for missiles. That way they can refill up to 5 when they're done on their way down. What they have to have though is they have to have full energy. If they're not 199 energy when they're done that, they're not going to get missiles from that, and that's going to slow them down significantly.
Keku taking a weird bounce with in morph form right before nailing a pretty technical down grab there, but Becky actually catching back with them and grabbing the best beam in the game, the charge beam, totally mandatory if you want to do pretty much anything. It's pretty neat that it's so early there. If you've watched any of the randomizers tournament, you know how valuable that upgrade is.
I disagree. Best beam in the game, I think, is grapple beam.
It is pretty sweet, but you know.
It is the most powerful weapon in the game. Kills enemies instantly. It's nuts. Take that plasma beam.
Becky actually coming first out of into the red tower here, overtook keku in the room right before that with better movement and better damage boosts actually, and
yes.
Nice job, very cool damage boost here also. And then we will not see a Spacer Beam being grabbed by the Yapping Mo here, careful.
No, neither of these runners, excuse me, are going to pick up Spacer Beam. Brain Ball is definitely the best item in this game. Yeah, as you were saying, yeah, none of these runners are going to pick up Spacer Beam. They're going to pick up Plasma Beam. It's in their route a little bit later on, and they don't really need it. And plus, with this route, they're going to pick up Wave Beam in a little while, and they would actually just have to turn it off for a lot of the strategies that they're going to use. So Spacer Beam would just kind of be in their way.
Yeah. And WhiteMageBecky still ahead, but not by much, killing the mini-cred here without being hit. And we are getting into our first boss, which is probably very technical for new runners going for the fast kill, but at that skill level, it's not going to be any issue whatsoever.
Yeah, so what they're going to want to do here is there's two possible ways to do this. They could do this with missiles, or they could do this with a shot. And it looks like Becky's going to do the shot way, and Keku's going to do the missile way. And you could jump up and fire off 2 missiles, and then spam 3 super missiles into Kraid when he opens his mouth on a certain frame, and that will take him down. Or you could do what Becky did with 1 shard shot, cause Kraid to open his mouth, and on that same frame that he opens up his mouth, that jam 4 super missiles down his throat, and he will die, and he will not ever stand up, which is exactly what you want, because you won't want that. That wastes a lot of time.
Very nice sync. We could see that the charge beam method is actually just a little bit slower, allowing Keku to catch up. It's very, very tiny, but they're so close together.
Yes.
And, going back.
Yeah, that is accurate. The charge beam method is a little bit slower. Because that second missile actually does 100 damage into Kraid, so you get a little bit of damage in earlier. And it looks like here Becky skipping over the Kraid E-Tank while Keku picking that up. An interesting safety for Keku.
That's actually pretty sweet, because that cost about 20 seconds, if I recall correctly. The fanfare plus the door transition, it's all longer than you'd expect. Yeah. And it allows for Becky to enter upper Norther first. Where we are going to grab just a big bunch of items to come out of that area, just fully powered, pretty much.
Yeah. Now, I mean, that extra energy tank that Keku has could be a differentiator here. So you never know. If Becky gets into trouble, she could end up taking too many hits and an unfortunate death. Whereas Keku, he's got extra energy.
Well, if they don't die, that could actually be a big time saver, even for with the 20-second time loss, because if you take too many hits, you have to think about your health much more. You are going to be more careful with your strats, and that could lead to some lot time loss. So we'll see how well that end for WhiteMageBecky, but until then, they can enjoy their lead nicely.
Yeah, for sure, 100%. Yeah, the farming is definitely a thing that could cause Becky to slow down, as she doesn't have as much energy as Keku. But I mean, right now she is just blazing through all of these rooms.
Setup very difficult room actually. And coming next, the Bubble Mountain is usually one of those other rooms that give new players lots of trouble. But you don't have so far anything to get up there except for your wall jump and your high jump now. I don't know exactly how you're supposed to get up there when you're not speedrunning, when you're just discovering the game, but a very neat wall jump here gets it for WhiteMageBecky in the second try.
The intended way is actually to go out and go around and go down. You're supposed to go and pick up Grapple Beam and then go around underneath and come back around to pick up Wave Beam and then go up to Speed Booster. And then you have Grapple, and that'll get you to the reserve tank over there. But no speedrunner with the Lick of Salt is going to do that. They're going to do that wall jump off of the wall there and get past the final boss, Cack Attack, on top there. Both of our runners doing that, picking up Speed Booster now. But speedrunner's best friend. Who doesn't love to go faster?
Yeah, it's an amazing item in any Super Metroid game, actually. Like, you can run faster, and you also have that Shine Spark ability that's just crazy nice to use, and opens up for so many cool tricks in speedrunning. So we'll see a lot of that, and WhiteMageBecky enter here to grab the Wave Beam. Which is going to be very useful in many ways, actually. Allowing for the X factor, but also just it's a regular shot that goes through walls, which is pretty neat, to be honest.
Yeah, 100%. We're going to be seeing a lot of the Wave Beam usage, especially the Wave Beam special beam which as you mentioned is the X factor. Going to be using that to take down Phantoon and Dragon, as well as Botloon later on. So yeah, it's a very cool item. And
oh, unfortunate damage boost for Becky here, having to go back. But I love Super Metroid with all those very tiny optimization, and when you see that it's not going the intended way for the runner, they immediately have to switch to another strat, and sometimes it will lead to weird interactions. But still keeping the lead, about, it says, still about 20 seconds ahead of Keku, making slowly his way out of the Bubble Mountain room. Well, Becky nailing that. Well, it's not technically a jump, pressing downward under the save capsule. Very nice.
Yeah, Becky is a little frustrated with her run here, and you can see it. I mean, this game is unforgiving. She has made several, little minor movement issues, but like overall, this has still been a really, really good run for both of these runners. Here, we're going to see that first Shine Spark, the Alpha Shine Spark. As both our runners come onto this, and they're gonna open the door and Shine Spark right through both of these rooms. Oh no!
Oh, but yeah. Oh, that sucks because Becky set it up correctly and then just missed the triggering the Shine Spark. That's not too bad though, because they lack a little bit of HP compared to Keku, who took the extra E-tank. So having still 294 HP here is pretty sweet. It's you want to get Phantom with a lot of HP, so I don't feel too bad about that one.
I mean, the big thing here is that she did not end up soft locking there, which can happen if you get caught by those yapping ones when you activate that Shine Spark. You soft lock the game, so that is something that would have been awful at 15 minutes into the run.
Yeah, that's something it's pretty tough to come back from. Keku and Becky having trouble climbing that red tower. Pretty tricky stuff to do. And once it's gone wrong, it's pretty hard to recover from. But they both did it. So they're up there getting their first power bomb back.
Oh yeah, you can see this game not like even for those well practiced at it, not forgiving, 100% not forgiving, and now they have alpha power bombs. They're going to be able to open up the yellow doors, and that's going to let them into Phantoon.
As soon as they exit that first power bomb room, they use a power bomb actually to open up the yellow door there. And they get that fifth power bomb back immediately, which is pretty neat because you will need a lot of power bomb entering Phantoon, at least 2. So you want to keep a good eye on your resources.
Looks like Becky. Okay, I thought she was going for an ocean fly there. She just sparked across the moat here. Yeah, definitely. You're 100% right on. You're going to need a bunch of power bombs to get through all those doors. And they open that first door up because they're going to come back through this way later on. So
neither of them going for Ocean Fly, and Becky with 136 HP entering the room before Phantom.
Yeah, so that actually saves about 45 energy doing it that way. So it's a nice little energy save.
Yeah, it's not a lot, but that should be okay. Keku is going to have less HP entering the boss, and it's just memory by that point. Phantom has 3 main patterns, being slow, medium, or fast, and then has 3 sub patterns. And you just have to remember the setup to get the X factor correctly for all of them, for beautifully hit all your hits on Phantom face. Very nice first face for Becky.
Yeah, very nicely done by her for that first one. Ooh, did Keku miss one of those particles? No, he got him. Awesome. You don't want to miss, because as long as those particles are floating around on screen, Samus can't shoot again. So that just sucks. Yeah, like that. Keku.
Yep.
Oh no.
Just demonstrating it for you. That's very bad, actually. Can cost a lot of time. Becky actually.
Yeah, they hang around for a while. Go ahead.
I'm not sure why Becky went for shooting missiles at Frontoon, even though she still had has a power bomb.
So there's a what she was going for there was a hybrid strat, which is, it gets her to do it in 2 rounds. She can X Factor Phantoon in round 1, and then Doppler him in round 2, and it will actually kill him in 2 rounds. She didn't quite get all the missiles in that she needed to, so she had to back up and get him in the 3rd round there.
And that extra round actually makes Keku come back right behind Becky. They're neck to neck, and yeah, that extra E-tank is actually time is actually already caught up for Keku, so it's pretty nice. But still, Becky is ahead. So as long as it's keeps going forward, you know, it's nothing actually that Becky needs. That third, you just need 3 E-tanks to beat the game, so it's all good.
Yeah, if you were looking for a race that's going to keep you on the edge of your seats, folks, this one here is it. Like, I imagine that this is going to be super close, and the lead is probably going to change several more times throughout the duration of this race. So,
pretty tricky room here. You have to kill every enemy for the doors to open, and we have a nice themed door transition here. Very cool. And we'll get soon to the gravity suits, which will help a lot, reduce the damage you take by half, and also allows you to get into the water section of the game without that very slow movement you usually get. So it's going to help you get into Mario.
So looks like Becky was trying to set up for a bowling spark, but she didn't quite get it. Nice 2 hops through the bowling room there. You don't want to take too much damage from these spikes. They still do 60 damage or so. So that's where that extra E-tank that Keku had can come in really handy. You take 3 hits from these spikes.
This could come up as surprising, having to wait and suffer that weird cutscene here, but it's actually the very only way to get into that room that contains the gravity suit. So here we go, and Becky, with a very tiny lead, gets to the suit first. So we'll finally get our nice purple outfit, and we almost have everything we need. We'll just gather now the space jump and the plasma beam, but those are very 2 non-essential upgrades that just save time overall in the fights and the movements.
There's one more very important thing that you missed in your list of upgrades that we're going to pick up, and that is actually a really important item, Ice Beam.
Oh, true. Yeah.
So we're going to pick that up so we can freeze the Metroids later on in the game, rather than use 3 power bombs apiece, which will require 15 power bombs, and it's way faster to pick up Ice Beam, 1 item, than 2 more power bomb packs, which...
Yeah, that's certainly true. Becky also needs still 1 extra E-tank, but they will both get 1 extra E-tank. The one Keku got right after Kraid was just for safety, just so you're less likely to die. It's something we see often. I know Tucat is actually taking it also in their race routes, which you know, even like the most experienced runner go for that. So
oh no, so Keku getting nabbed by that Samus Eater. You don't want to get nabbed by those. Hold on to Samus for a little while and don't let her go. That just sucks. Looks like he's trying to farm up some power bombs here. I don't blame him. Getting 1 from the B-Tom guaranteed there. He does need a power bomb to open the tube, which you just saw Becky open up. Yeah, feels Samus, man. That was a very nice fishbowl by Becky getting into Mount Everest here, and we're going to see her spark right up the top.
Very nice diagonal spark.
Yeah, really sweet looking.
And we'll get onto Botwoon, next mini boss that guards the road to Dragon. As long as you have enough resources, should be okay.
Yeah, both of ours are. Sorry.
I was wondering if they were going to go for X Factor to kill them. Probably.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. It's going to take 1 X Factor and 6 super missiles. Both of them have pretty good ammo here for that. There's a nice audio cue here to get that X Factor. It looks like Becky missed 1 particle. Not good. That means each of those particles is worth 1 super missile hit on Botwoon. So she's probably going to have to get him with an extra 1. Or she can back up here with charge shots.
That means they will have maybe to farm for some extra resources if Botwoon is not generous.
Yeah, it's quite possible what she'll do is she'll charge a Shine Spark here in this next room, and then fire it off right toward the end. And then...
yeah, that's apparently what they're doing.
Yeah, and then... oh no, she's not going to farm up the little fish things there. Hey, let's be nice and chat there, folks. It's 12 power bombs. I'm sorry, it is 12 power bombs, three per Metroid, but 3 packs is 15 power bombs is what I was referencing. But still, let's be nice about it, folks.
So nailing the full halfie there, probably. Yeah, definitely a very, very tough trick. Very hard Shine Spark. You have to keep the charge going while you climb, and then open the door in the room, do a tiny jump so you don't bonk halfway through the room, and so you can go all the way. And Keku is not going to make it, sadly.
Yeah, I like how he recovered there using his spark on a diagonal to not lose time and make it up to the top there. Very heads-up play by him. But he's going to have to go through the Coliseum here the normal way. Becky Shine sparking through Dragon. That one I think was a little bit too high on Dragon's head there. But nice. She takes Dragon down.
Yeah, fight was actually very fast, I feel.
Yeah.
The Shine Spark through Dragon's head deals a ton of damage, but you have to aim pretty much exactly on the right spot. So Keku enters Dragon's room as WhiteMageBecky gets onto that space jump, getting that nice ability to infinite jump as long as you have the correct rhythm, which is pretty nice for movement. Yeah,
absolutely. The band on Dragon's head where you want to hit is very tight. If you're too high or you're too low, you won't get as much damage on Dragon as you want to get. And that means more rounds or missiles / supers into Dragon as a way to make that up. So,
and you don't want to see that fight go for too long. Yesterday we saw a race with 14 swoops by dragons in a row. That was pretty crazy.
Oh, that seems kind of brutal. All right, interesting here that Becky's not really farming the cack attacks for supers. She's just going. She has a very low super count, but she must be comfortable where she is. There she gets 1
extra here.
Yeah. Those cack attacks there in Cack Attack Alley are guaranteed super drops. But looks like she must be comfortable.
But yeah, the runners come true to your prediction that they're just going ham on that race. They're not waiting for anything, and Becky actually so far made the right call with not taking that extra eating, because Keku did not need it, I feel, and they certainly did not need extra health, so they're both doing very well.
Yeah, I agree. That's a big differentiator between our 2 runners here. Is that 1 E tank that Keku Mashoya has picked up. So we'll see. You know, there's still plenty of race left. There's all of Lower Norfair to go. So, you know, plus, you know who's waiting down there in Lower Norfair.
Yeah, and Lower Norfair is so far, with what I've seen, with all the practice of the runners on Twitch, probably the single split where a lot of time is lost. Like a lot of PBs die in Lower Norfair. Definitely
Yeah.
tricky rooms, a lot of movement. You lose a lot of health everywhere.
Yeah.
You need specific resources to go through the entire area. It's tight, it's tough, and yeah. Well, WhiteMageBecky does it.
Yeah, Lower Norfair, but Meridia is probably the most technical portion of any Super Metroid run, but Lower Norfair is just awful as far as a section of Super Metroid. All the enemies hit like a truck. There's a lot of very specific movement techniques, as you mentioned, that you need. Yeah, it's quite the peach going down to Lower Norfair.
And we're back once again in that room, going down to Upper Norfair, and we'll take just right now a left turn to finally get that ice beam. We did not get it earlier because the ice beam, although pretty nice, actually has the very obnoxious way of not killing enemies and just letting them frozen into place, which is actually slower in a lot of places. So you take it right now, but we're pretty happy we did not have to take it earlier.
Yeah, basically what would happen there is our runners would have to, they could get it earlier, but they would have to pause to turn it off and then pause to turn it back on again. As I mentioned before, with same thing with Spazer, they don't pick up Spazer because they want to use all those X factors, and the ice beam having the like, oh, I freeze stuff ability is just icing on the cake for picking it up way later in the run.
And we'll get, you have two different options here, if I'm correct, to go to Lower Norfair. Either you do a sweet mug ball out of the room, getting to the ice beam, or you use a power bomb and get running into smashing everything. This is pretty satisfying, to be honest.
Yeah. I think both of our runners are going to be doing the southern route here, as opposed to the ice escape mock ball that you mentioned. It's I think southern route is actually faster because of all the speed that you gain through the speed boost, and you can kind of maintain most of that on your way down. It looked like Becky missed that damage boost off the multi-viola there.
Yeah, they managed just to left them alive, and then did not take the hit to get the damage boost. But we see a lot of runners take a lot of time to set that up, and I never know if it's worth it or not. I felt like Keku was setting up the mug ball here and missed it.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was, and he just missed it. That last tripper was actually just not quite in the right place for him to get the distance he wanted. So he's going to go southern route now as a backup. No big deal, not that big a time loss. He just kind of has to wait for the power bomb here for his failed attempt. Here's Becky going to set up a short charge for fast pillars. This is a spectacular strat. Oh, it looks like she missed it.
This is a very difficult triple tap, if I'm not wrong. We don't see too many runners succeed it, and especially only the very best runner managed to stay on top of the platform. Usually, even if you get the speed boost, you will see the runners fall a little bit down into the pit and then trigger the speed later on. The worst room in the game.
Looks like Becky wanted to just get rid of those pirates rather than let them cause trouble for her. I don't blame them. Those golden pirates have really wonky hitboxes once they're frozen, and so just get them out of the way, and they're not. You don't have to deal with them.
Nice wall jumps here. You want to, even if you have space jump, you are still using a lot of wall jump in that room because it's just faster. And
the amphitheater definitely very tricky because if you fall down, there's rising acid at the bottom, and it'll just drain away your life really quickly.
And yeah, Keku only has 3 power bombs. The resources count is actually pretty tight on that area. And
Becky has the perfect number of power bombs here as she comes into Wasteland, and now she's at 0. Luckily, does not have to pick up those power bombs of shame that are off to the left over there. Just the perfect number.
And Keku had a lucky drop, so that's all good for them. And they got the speed booster and the shine spot we were talking about. So
yeah,
we are seeing all the strats just on different screens.
Yeah, I mean, that fast pillars is really, really beautiful. So yeah, you can see that that power bomb management you were talking about earlier, it's really a thing. So, all right, here's Ridley going to take on, or Becky is going to take on Ridley. It's going to take her 20 fully charged Ice Wave Plasma beam shots. So, let's see how she does it.
Has a lot of HP. Should be a very nice fight. The really tough thing about Ridley is knowing where he is in a room. You want to optimize your shot for them, all of them to connect, and sometimes you can lose track of the boss.
And you don't want to get hit by his tail, because his tail does a ton of damage, so you want to watch out for that.
Yeah, they're done. Very nice fight, very clean. So we have an extra E-tank on the left there, but yeah, I would be surprised to see Becky go for that.
She now has a 364 energy. There's no way she's going to go in for the Ridley tank. Now, if she were much, much lower, it's quite possible that she would have gone in for the Ridley E-tank, as that is, it's still super dangerous to get out of Lower Norfair. She has the Norfair Key Hunter room, which has 3 Key Hunters in it. Each of those does 50 damage to Samus. Plus, there's the 3 Musketeer room, which once again has 3 Key Hunters in it, and again 50 damage per hit to Samus. So there's some seriously not fun rooms in Lower Norfair here.
They had to lay a second power bomb, which was unfortunate. And there is a very nice speed mod wall here, beautiful to escape here. Keku having a very difficult Ridley fight, actually. Only 56 HP left.
Come on.
Okay, that's good.
All right. Yeah, so this might be the case depending on the drops that Keku gets. He is going to go for that Ridley energy tank. It was all energy, so that's going to make ammo tight for him, as he has only 2 supers right now. So luckily they're just heading on to Torian, so we'll see how if he farms up some Zebs a little bit later on his way out of Meridia, or if the Metroids treat him well. There's their 3 Musketeer room, and you can see Becky down to 91. Yeah, those guys hurt.
So Keku has to be very careful with his power bomb usage. You need 1 to escape here, and we saw WhiteMageBecky actually getting stuck a little bit. It's something to be worried about when you have so little resources, and Becky's doing a very good job at coming back through Bubble Mountain all the way to actually just the beginning of the game to get to Torian, because the entrance to that area is right next to the beginning, but you have to kill the 4 bosses to get there, to get the golden statue to break down.
Yeah, we saw the door for that long ago, and our runners are going to be making a beeline for that right now. So they want to finish this game, and we're gonna see them go ahead and get there. They're gonna take the shortest route to get there, and that's gonna be up through Meridia, and through the top door in Mount Everest, and they're gonna be back at the top of Red Tower. and back run past the ship. No refills at the ship. These guys are not going to be doing that kind of stuff. So
yeah, they should not need that at all. Even with 99 HP, they're should be fine for Becky. Keku did not get hit so much by the Three Musketeers, so they'll be fine also. They will leave Norfer very soon, and still have a lot of time to check with WhiteMageBecky. The 20 seconds lost due to the extra E-tank the distance is even more than that now. It does not explain all the time they lost. Ridley took a huge toll on them.
Yeah, so Keku's Ridley fight was not quite as good as Becky's, and so that was definitely some time that Keku lost there. But you know, just yeah, movement and everything, like just little minor details, as you were saying earlier, they can really kill you and make you lose seconds in this game. And seconds count and add up really quickly. So I think that's the differentiator here that we see why Becky's so far ahead. You know, not just the energy tank.
Yeah, of course. We we still a lot of stuff with WhiteMageBecky do better, but it's very hard to actually reliably estimate how much time there's one save to compared to the other on small optimization, because obviously they're so small. But every single room you can save or lose a lot of time just missing a tiny jump, doing better ledge grabs, better jumps, better wall jumps.
Yeah, totally.
It's all about economy of movement. And
yep. I see in chat there's somebody asking about baby skip. Both of our runners are going to go for baby skip. Missing it is a time loss, of course. But since both of them are going to go for it, and we just assume that they're both going to get it, that shouldn't be too big of a time loss. The runners of this caliber are almost guaranteed to get it. Now that I said that, I've just cursed both of them to not get it. But one runner getting it versus the other would be a big time loss for them, because you're talking about the time to drain from the baby Metroid, plus the time to the two door transitions, and the time to refill at the refill station. So, you know, yeah, easily 15 seconds or so for that kind of a thing.
Oh, very nice Torian so far by Becky. We are in the last room, killing the Metroid. And now that's always the time you take a quick peek at your missile and super missile count, and you see that Becky with 2010 is doing okay with that, no problem.
Yeah, she has about 5 missiles of leeway here. After opening up all the doors, it takes 15 and 7 to take down Mother Brain 1. So you see, it's really precise. There's not much leeway. And here's that baby skip. Looks like Becky's got the first jump, the second jump.
And they have to pay close attention to destroying the stuff there. Sadly, being cut. Losing a little bit of time. It's not going to be enough for Keku, but if they get that baby skip, there will be some time, obviously. But yeah, you were saying like 15 and 7, that's one missile is one super missile is 3 missiles, so you have to be very careful with those, because you need the missiles to open the doors, so that goes down pretty quickly. So I've seen some runners getting stuck at Mother Brain 1 due to poor missile management.
You do not want to get soft locked there. That would be the worst possible ending to your run. Getting all the way to the end and soft locked. Oh, I would hate to see that.
such a close race. Those guys
Yeah.
are doing fantastic so far. But it's WhiteMageBecky leading, who has been leading for a long while now, since leaving
Yeah.
Fentoon, actually. That gets the Zap Skip first jump in first place here. And then onto Mother Brain. First phase, you just have to destroy the
Interesting
glass.
thing there. Keku reset that room. That he didn't kill all the Metroids in that room, so as you see, all of them respawned there. I don't think he liked his drops that he got there. Wanted to make sure that he had full on ammo. So the other thing here is that you have to. You mentioned this earlier. Our runners have. Well, Becky has 300 energy, and Keku has 400 energy. But none of our runners can drop below 300 energy during the Mother Brain fight. Doing so is instant death to Mother Brain 2's Rainbow Beam, and it's game over. There's that baby skip for Keku, very nicely done. So
yeah, and Keku had only 2 supers leaving, when dealing with the final Torian room in the first try, so that's why they had to reset. They needed like way more.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so he got up to 8 there, but that wasn't enough. Keku taking the safety save that he said he would take earlier on at Mother Brain here.
Yeah, you predicted it. You got it correct. They are actually taking that safety save just because Mother Brain usually can go wrong. And Becky getting to the third phase at 46 minutes. This is a fantastic time, and a lot of people in chat saying how much they've improved. I haven't seen much of their runs, but definitely that was a very good one. And still, they got pretty disappointed, apparently, in chat, frustrated at point. This is super great for you. Like, it's all the things you can still improve.
Yeah, exactly. You see, our runners finished Mother Brain 1 with like 3 missiles apiece. I had the inside track there. Keku actually said he was going to do this safety save, so a little bit of cheating there for my prognostication abilities. This is really close. It's going to be 20 shots for Keku here to take down Mother Brain 2. Again, he doesn't have much leeway. He has a little bit more than Becky had, as she couldn't really take that much damage at all. But then she's going to be on, or Keku's going to be on Mother Brain 3, and it's going to be good night. So Becky's 36 shots away from taking this down.
Keku taking an intentional hit on Mother Brain's legs. So they are instantly on the ground after the rainbow beam, and we see Becky on the left, just dealing with Mother Brain the best, getting that rainbow beam to her face, and boop, they're dead.
So the safety save there, or I'm sorry, not the safety save. The damage, the intentional damage on Mother Brain was to bring Keku down to 300 and some energy. That means Mother Brain's going to hit Samus with the Rainbow Beam, and then Mother Brain does not need to hit Samus with anything else after the Rainbow hit to bring Samus down to below 100 energy, because you're already going to be below 100 energy. So it actually shortens up this cutscene, if you will. And Becky now on the escape.
Yeah, charging a nice shine spot there. Getting back with a couple of rooms that are actually quite tough to optimize because it's all shaky and you need to still be spot on. There is final moonfalls the runners can go for right here.
Keku will go for those. I liked the way Becky entered into this, taking advantage of iframes there when she got hit by the space pirate in the room before, and just kind of wall jumping through a space pirate. Really nice final spark up the climb.
A couple of wall jumps. This room is way harder than it looks because the first time you go through here, you don't have so many upgrades, so you have to work again on the room with at the end. And Becky actually chooses to go save the animals.
Oh my goodness.
So we see the cute Eticuns and the Dakora. They're saved, no problem, getting the shine spot to escape the room. And it's going
So unlike Becky, saving the animals, I don't know. I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, I'm always weirded out by that. I never know if you can consider that bad manner if your opponent is not done yet and you go for the animals. It's clearly not for speed, not for anything. It's just a little bit of taunt for your opponents and
Yeah.
does not accomplish anything. So whatever,
Yeah.
they did it, and in less than 50 minutes they beat Super Metroid, taking the first place. Very nice run.
Yeah, Becky has an official SRL time of 9 minutes and 31 seconds. So GG's to her. I'm sure she's going to be kind of upset with that time. But that's what it is when you're a Super Metroid speedrunner. Always wanting to improve, always wanting those seconds back. So, you know, still that was an awesome race. Sub 50 is a really impressive time. Wow, Keku with the fancy behemoth spark there up the climb.
Diagonal spark. Very nice.
Yeah.
The risk here is to bonk your head on the first platform and just get stuck there. So it's pretty neat to see that. And they're also saving the animal. Maybe there was a gentleman agreement.
Nope. No. Keku asked about it. Becky said, "I don't ever save the animal."
Oh, nice.
And then she saved the animal. Keku with the taunt. He's going to have to Alcatraz out of here, actually.
Yeah,
he could bomb. He could use bombs as he has bombs the other way, but this is much slower. And this Alcatraz is actually ridiculously difficult because the room is all shaking. So
very nice.
Yeah. I got stuck there one time, finishing in a randomizer. It was rough. I didn't realize the bomb box didn't go away if you didn't save the animals.
Yep. I've seen a couple of runners getting stuck there last year. It was pretty cool. But yeah, congrats to both runners. Be sure to follow them because they offered a great show today. Those two runs were pretty intense. Interesting strats from both runners. Becky clearly with the better execution, all over the place, some better tricks. That's here and there, and just got the win.
Yeah. So Keku's official SRL time here is 51:25. He's improved his SRL by 20 seconds. So GG's for him getting an SRL PB. I think his actual PB is lower than that. Could be wrong, but this was a really good race, and it came down to, as you were saying throughout the entire race, execution. So yeah.
We'll probably see the in-game time from both runners, and obviously there are still some other runs. I don't know for tonight, but the tournament will keep going. Becky with the 2 wins for their group is going to be in first place. Keku with 1 win, 1 loss will be second. Obviously, Enmet, Iriteta, and Fuzla still have a lot of matches to go, so we never know. To pass the group stage, you have to be first or second, if I'm correct. So that's going to be tough for Keku, and WhiteMageBecky is going to have much nicer time with their tournaments in the 2 next matches they have to do.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yo, Keku. How was it? GG's, man. First of all, SRL PB.
You like that taunt? I mean,
oh yeah. Taunting the animals. Yes. Well, I loved it.
Yeah, I'm trying to get Becky in here if she wants to join.
Yeah.
Doesn't
that's
look
fine.
like it though.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. She looks like she doesn't want to do it. So, what were you thinking, man? This is gonna be a tight race.
What a great race from beginning to Meridia area or after gravity. Like as what you guys said, execution. My execution for after gravity is something I've been trying to practice on, but I keep forgetting to. I'm gonna get Becky in here.
Yeah.
But if you want to join. Other than that, I had a great time
fine.
again in this race, and
Exactly. She feels like she doesn't want to
can't
do it.
wait
So,
to do another
what
one
were you
soon.
what were you thinking, man?
Yeah, it was
Oh,
a great
yeah.
show.
The reason why I saved, I just remembered. I've been telling people that I'm gonna be saving at Mother Brain in this tournament because, doing one of my runs, Mother Brain double rainbowed me. Like, she shot a rainbow and it hit me twice. So I got really, really traumatized by that. So I want to make sure I save in a race run rather than a PB attempt run.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I don't disagree with a safety save at Mother Brain in a tournament race for sure. You know, it can be the smart move at times. So, you know, one of the differentiators was you picked up the Crane E tank. Are you used to that, or?
Oh,
like,
yeah, I'm totally used to it. That's
Yeah.
because my goal is to try and get that. Oh wait, give me a second. Sorry, I thought I had double stream echo, but I guess not. But the reason why I get the Crate E tank is because I'm trying to get a very low time with that. So I'm so used to it.
Yeah.
That I'd rather do what I'm used to for the beginning part, and then when I'm used to having a really good time, then I'll drop the E tank. But I'd rather keep the E tank for now.
Yeah,
it's
not what got you, to be honest. When you got Fantune, you got up with Becky, so even though you took like the 20 seconds loss on that E tank. So it was right after Gravity, as you said, that it was lacking a little bit. Becky got an incredible set of rooms in Meridia. Really, getting into Meridia was flawless. After Batoon, they chose not to farm at all, which was actually the smart choice. They just went for it, got the full Happy, got a fantastic dragon, and at that time, you were like just 40 seconds behind again. And yeah, it was an incredible show because it was super close for all the beginning, and then it was just very tiny stuff. But still, I'm amazed what the spot, like the high point of the run for me, is how you reacted on the full Happy. You missed it and then triggered your diagonal shine spark not to fall back down and having to climb up again. That was crazy.
Yeah, that was really good.
Yeah, I'm so used to missing the full Happy so many times. I'm like, just use it.
Yeah, it was very heads up, shine sparking up to the top, so you don't just drop right back down to the bottom of that room. So,
one thing I was really, really, really glad for is that I didn't die too early. Did you guys see that?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, we were scared for you when you got down to like 20 some energy. And then Ridley took you into his loving claws and conveniently exploded.
Yeah, he was like, you know what? I'm gonna give you a chance today. Go ahead and finish your race.
Nice little present. Yeah, that's something we didn't want to see. We didn't see you die, Ridley. That was
how many HP do you need to go back from there? If you had, say, only like 100 HP leaving Ridley after the drops, would you have considered taking the extra E-tank?
Nah, I'm so used to running without that Ridley E-tank that like I knew I was gonna get health bombed anyway, so I knew that like having at least 150 to 200 HP would be okay.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah, I was pretty confident once I knew that I'm gonna get health bomb, so how good.
If I recall correctly, you only had one power bomb leaving Ridley, so that means that you really cannot mess up. I don't know, like the ammo management. I'm fairly bad at Super Metroid, but for both of you, the ammo management and the choice you made regarding that was stellar. All the time, you never got stuck. Becky really surprised us when they chose not to farm after Dragon, and still like no mistakes whatsoever.
Yeah, Becky's just a really great runner to fly. So props to Becky. You're winning. I'm really glad she won. Like I'm not. I'm sorry to bring this up, but like I wish Fuzo didn't die in my race with him. But I really wish he completed his. But I'm really glad that Becky was able to complete hers. So GG's to her.
Yeah. So what's
Yeah.
your estimation for who's going to win that group you're in?
In
You
the
have
group?
1 win, 1 loss.
I have 1 win, 1 loss. So I'm.
Keku takes it down.
We'll see. I mean, Edmund is a really serious competitor.
Yeah.
I'm scared of him. Eric Theta, I'm scared of too because I'm scared of everybody.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Air Theta is newer, but serious. They have really come along very quickly. So everybody in your group is amazing. So I would certainly, in your shoes, I would also be scared of racing everybody too. So
yeah. But I had a really great race. I'm glad everybody enjoyed the race. As a just doing a little plug here for anybody that missed any of the races. We will be having them on the YouTube Speed Gaming YouTube channel within a couple of days, depending on how fast we get them out. I mean, I know there's a lot of races going on for Super Metroid, but we'll get them out as soon as we can. Thanks.
yeah. And any final thoughts here, Keku? We leave it off.
Nope. I'm really glad that everybody's enjoying the tournament. I'm really glad that we have a lot of racers, and I hope everybody has a good night, a good Sunday / Monday, and please follow the commentators, Cerberus and Tywin. They did really well. I'm really glad they commentated. And follow Becky. You don't have to follow me, but definitely follow Becky.
Definitely follow both of them. It's all about the runners anyway, so WhiteMageBecky and Keku can show you. Plus, you put a ton of work into making that tourney happen. So a lot of props to the entire Speed Gaming staff making all that happen. I know like everybody is working very hard off stream, like just setting up the races, the timers, the cropping the cute Becky Metroid out of the screen. I was pretty sad, and but that's okay. So have a good one.
So if this is Sunday for you, it looks like this is the last race for today for you. However, starting tomorrow, Monday, June 30th at 4 p.m., we have more Super Metroid action coming your way with Mumu Diddy and Namen. Then at 5, we have Traffic Tops versus Metadog. At 7, we have Woody versus Poplars. That should be certainly a good one. And oh my goodness, 9, 10. Looks like we have a 4-way at 10 p.m. and another one at 11 p.m. So there's tons and tons of Super Metroid action coming your way tomorrow. So be sure to check it all out. And I think, you want to send it off for us there, Twin?
Well, thanks a lot for watching, everybody. Thanks a lot, Tharbars, for commentating alongside with me. That was a pleasure. Yeah. And tomorrow is a busy day for Super Metroid, so be sure to tune in Speed Gaming. You have the schedule, obviously, and all the info about the Super Metroid tournament in chat. The bot is always there to answer all your questions, so be sure to follow all the channel in Speed Gaming. And I'm very excited to see who qualify after that group phase, because so far all the races are very exciting.
Yep.
Yeah. Hey guys, thanks a lot. And really, I didn't do PB, but we'll continue. Goodbye.
All right, we'll see you all next mission.